Welcome to the Best by the Worst. The best movies of all time, reviewed by the worst possible critics. If you don't believe us, keep listening to find out.
Hello, Barrett.
Hello, Alex.
Nice shirt you have there.
Oh, thank you. It's our official sponsor, ISA Australia.
I didn't endorse that sponsorship.
I've taken one for the team.
I would like to tell you a little story, Barrett. A story you already know, but I'm going to pretend like you don't for the purposes of my dramatic effect. I also received a shirt from our sponsor many moons ago, ISA Australia. But it was a crummy shirt. It wasn't a nice cotton one like you've got there. And
Genuine AS colour.
yeah. And so I took the crummy shirt, I put it on while I was working for a large mining organisation, and I wore it all day in their ivory tower in Perth to spruik his business, and I still didn't get a fancy cotton ISA shirt. Imagine that.
Well, as I said in the last episode, he only had enough money to sponsor one of us.
You think the guy that was spruiking his business would have been the one to get the shirt? How? You wouldn't do that to me, would you, Barry?
I would not. Should we get our own shirts?
We should.
Right. We are drinking Holgate Brewhouse Millennium Falcon, and it is an Imperial IPA.
You know what, Barrett? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. If you copped like that big moment of silence, it was because we were just savouring the beer, and that was tasty.
It is tasty. And you know why?
I can't believe it's not butter. I mean, I can't believe it's 9%.
Do you want to know why it's so tasty?
Why?
I don't know if I can say this because his big head won't fit out of his big truck. But it's Josh's advice to drink really strong beers really cold. This thing's been in the freezer for like 30 minutes.
Who's Josh? I don't know Josh.
Yeah, we don't know Josh.
But also, I can't believe it's 9%. That doesn't taste like 9%.
Yeah, I said it's either going to be delicious or it's going to taste like petrol.
I like how the Holgate Brewhouse logo is this angry-looking bull, and it's like a bit raised on the can. I like that.
Well, that is cool.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Holgate Brewhouse made a nice beer. Not
Yeah.
a sponsor.
But could be. Where are they? I think they're over east somewhere.
That's a good question. Woodend, Australia. I'm not familiar with the state of Woodend. Are you?
No. Is it like it would end Australia?
Well,
Like the beer's so good it would end Australia?
It's definitely going to wood-end us, that's for sure.
All right. We should probably start talking about movies. Nope.
Oh, Victoria.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. Woodend, Victoria. Well, good on you. All right.
Been around since 1999.
Wow.
They survived the Millennium Bug. Anyways.
So,
Alcohol's already got to me.
yeah, I know. We watched Patton.
Patton, 1970.
We're in the 70s, boy. We
are.
did it.
You know what? Actually, I've got a job for you.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to start pulling your weight on this podcast.
What do you mean?
I need you to go through and get all the scores for the last 10 years because I don't have time.
Yeah, I can do that.
So I can post up the
Yeah.
what is the 50s on Instagram.
Yeah, the 60s.
Oh, yeah. Already done the 50s.
I'm pretty keen to see the 60s. And we were saying before we watched this movie too, the next 6 movies, golden age of movies.
Yes.
And then there's another golden row of 6, a couple rows up.
Yeah.
And then everything else is like some bangers, some iffy movies that might not be that great. But the next 6,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
What do we got? French Connection, Godfather Part 1,
The Sting,
The Sting, Godfather Part 2,
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
and then Rocky.
How do you top that?
I don't think I've seen any of them. So I'm excited.
What? You've seen Rocky.
Maybe bits of it. I remember like him running. Is there a big running montage?
It's hard to believe that you're on a movie podcast.
This was my idea.
That's even more surprising.
All right. We watched the 1970 movie Patton.
Yeah.
had a budget of $12 million, or would be $95 million today.
Yeah, fair enough. It did seem like a big budget movie.
I wouldn't have said that that's that big for what we saw.
I disagree, Barrett. Like those battle scenes with the amount of people and extras and tanks and the scenes, plus they had to go to different locations because they were like staging what should have been looking like Africa plus Europe.
Yeah.
Those are huge set pieces.
Yeah, I think it should have cost more.
Oh, sorry. I thought
I
you
think
were
they
like,
got
oh.
good value for money.
Yeah, I think it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Large parts of it.
Yeah,
you could tell, like, everything was, there's no CGI back then. Everything's like real people, real looking
CGI
tanks.
Joe. I'm funny. Right. What were you saying? It was really...
Okay, keep going.
there's one actor still alive, a Stephen Young.
Plus the dog, Willie.
Oh, plus the dog, Willie, yep.
Yeah.
Because doggos never die.
Hot tip, I was like researching the film and Willie was really his dog and there's photos of Willie online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Oh, I wonder what he's doing today. What is he doing tonight?
Well, he's probably just chilling,
He's balked at a few birds,
Yeah,
and now he's
good old Willie.
lying on his bed, nice and warm.
Yeah, good heckin' pup.
Man, this beer is delicious.
It is. It is.
This might be better than last week's beer.
What was last week's beer?
Well, wait. Was last week's the Banks? No, maybe that was Oliver we had the Banks.
Yeah. What did we have last week?
Oh, the stout.
The stout?
The chocolate stout.
Oh, yeah, this shit's all over that.
No, I think this is better than the Banks.
What?
Yeah. This is delicious.
You mean the double oak cream?
Yeah.
You're high as a kite if you think this is better than double oak cream.
Oh, man.
This is great, but the double oak cream Banks beer is probably bigger of the year.
Wait till I give it a 10 and upset all of our friends. Anyway, this isn't getting anywhere. MASH was the only other movie nominated that I've heard of.
Yeah, I don't think you have because you would know MASH as the series.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know MASH as the movie.
Well, I recognized the name MASH and I went researching and the movie came first.
Yeah, but you recognise Lord of the Rings, but you haven't watched it, have you?
I've seen the first one.
Only recently.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why you did that because now you're going to have to watch all three when we get to Return of the King.
Yeah, but that's years away.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I
right.
didn't know that the MASH, the movie, I kind of want to watch it now. It's a dark comedy.
All of MASH is dark comedy.
No, well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Big moments of levity in MASH
what I was
because
researching...
it's a comedy set in a war.
with no CGI Joe. All right.
Hi, caramba.
I didn't know any of the other movies that were nominated.
Yep.
I love how that's what I read out. The guy that doesn't know any films, I'm the one who says, I didn't know any of the other films. Maybe that should be your part.
Yeah, probably. Oh, well, it's funnier this way.
I really worry sometimes when our little podcast recorder makes clicking sounds.
Oh, it could just be me playing with stuff.
No,
But anyway.
it's definitely clicking.
You want to hear some facts?
No, well, plot.
Oh, yeah, plot.
I wrote...
important.
A general leads Allied forces across Africa and Europe whilst being a bit cuckoo bananas.
That's about right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he didn't lead Allied forces. He was only leading US forces.
Ah.
Right?
Just all...
I mean, because one of his,
Mix them all in
spoiler alert. Not really. I mean, because Montgomery, who was the British commander, they all had their own separate armies. They weren't working together. I mean, they're working together, but, I mean, Montgomery was not commanding his troops. He was not commanding Montgomery's troops.
They were going in the same direction.
They were on the same side, and they were planning together, but they were leading their own forces.
Yes.
Yeah, there was no overlap.
Okay. I'll fix my...
As far as I'm aware, anyway.
It's still
that's
cuckoo
familiar.
bananas.
Very much cuckoo bananas. Facts.
Yes.
You're going to like this because it's relevant to the podcast.
Ooh.
Movie rating system modifies the M rating to PG.
Ah, yeah. So
Yeah.
our movie that won Midnight Cowboy, R-rated.
Yeah, I really feel like Midnight Cowboy might have sparked the re-rating because that was rated X or something crazy like that, and it's really tame for an X-rated movie. No, it's like a porno, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, because, like you sparked, we would have seen it even growing up. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point, we'll probably get to it. I feel like MA went down to M and R went down to MA.
Yeah.
Again, there's like another layer to this, for sure.
It's cool, though.
Yeah, I think you like that. Brazil win their third World Cup, beating Italy 4-1.
Don't care for soccer. Football? I don't want to upset any international listeners.
Anyway. Elton John's first US concert in Hollywood, LA. And ABBA's first concert.
Okay, those are cool facts.
Yeah, you like
and
that?
I've never heard of those bands.
ABBA's first concert was somewhere else. I can't remember where. Probably Sweden. But anyway. Yeah, they're just kicking off. Well, Elton John's a thing, but it's his first US concert.
No. Really upset you didn't bite at that one.
What?
I said I'd never heard of those bands.
You grew up in the country. You've definitely heard of those bands.
I have. Yeah. Elton John's one of my dad's favourite singers.
There you go. Actually, he's a pretty good singer. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
He's in that rap song, Ghetto Gospel. Some of his most famous work.
I mean, you're not wrong, technically. Anyway. You like the car fact?
Oh, yes, please.
Ford releases its first North American subcompact model, the Pinto.
Ford Pinto.
Yeah.
What are we, 70? Some cool cars coming out.
Yeah. Another uplifting fact.
Ooh.
Jeannie, a 13-year-old feral child found in LA, having been locked in her bedroom by her father most of her life.
That's horrible. Why did you say that was uplifting? Genie.
Feral child, yeah.
Yeah, but Genie, come out of the bottle. It
was spelled Genie, so I think that's Jeannie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jeannie.
Where was Genie stored?
In her bedroom.
Oh,
They just have to rub on the door 3 times.
For some reason, my brain just went straight to Harry Potter living underneath the stairs.
You're going to love this one too.
Okay.
The Occupational Safety and Health Act in the US signed into law by Nixon.
Don't know why they would have done that. Safety's a myth.
Yeah, well, it's the beginning of the myth. An Australia fact, the Hutt River Province Principality is established. Hutt River.
That is sick.
Yeah, our boy.
Yeah. Do you wanna-
One for the boy.
do you wanna- I'm pretty sure he died and left his family with a massive tax bill.
Yeah, but you know what? No one else said F you to the Australian government like he did.
Yeah. Guess who worked for him?
Who?
Someone in this house.
Felix?
No!
Who?
Brooke.
What do you mean?
She worked for him.
What? Prince Albert or whatever he was.
Yeah, whatever his name was. Prince. She'll tell you more about it if you ask her.
What do you mean she worked for him?
She worked for him. That was one of her first jobs out of school, was doing tours of his land.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How have I not heard about this? What the hell was she doing there?
I don't know. Probably with some sort of weird cult. I don't know. 100%. She knew who he was.
What?
Yeah.
Like she's met him.
Yeah.
Does she have a coin or something?
I've never asked. Yeah,
What do you mean you haven't asked?
I forgot he had his own currency.
You're telling me if she worked there and did tours there and met the guy and she doesn't have some souvenirs, I'm going to burn this house down.
That's aggressive.
Like, what do you mean?
I mean what I mean. I told you.
We're going to have to unpack that later. Okay. Movie. Patton.
Yeah.
Go.
Go. All right. We open with scenes of an American flag, a stage, and General Patton, we'll just call him, I think is the easiest. This is General George Patton. He's giving a speech. I took some lines from the speech and wrote them down because they were quite interesting.
Just want to remind you, Barrett, it was a 3-hour movie.
I would like to point out, 3-hour movie, I have 2 pages of notes.
Actually, me too.
So it's going to go quick.
Good.
But I do want to call out some of the lines from the speech.
And I've got a fun fact after you're done.
I also have a fun fact.
I'm saying it first. I claimed it. I said it first.
Is it about guns?
Yep.
hate it when you steal my facts. All right. Okay. He says in his speech, the goal of war, essentially, I can't remember exactly the words he says, is to make some other poor dumb bastard die for his country. You don't die on the battlefield, you make some other poor bastard die for his country. And he said they're going to go through the enemy like crap through a goose.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with goose crap, but I'm assuming they poop a lot and fast.
All right, ruin the gun fact.
Nah, you can have it.
Well, did you know? Obviously, you know. There were some ivory-handled revolvers on his hip during this scene, and we see some close-up shots of them, and they are cool-looking guns.
They were pretty fly.
Well, they were Patton's real-life revolvers.
They were from the museum.
Yeah, and they reside in a military museum in what city?
Canada.
Incorrect. This is why you don't get the facts, because you don't do them properly. New York.
But yeah, pretty cool they grabbed his real guns.
Yeah.
Did you also read the other fact about that scene?
That he didn't want to film it.
Yeah.
Because he thought it detracted from the rest of the film.
They thought it detracted from the rest of his performance specifically. And then they convinced... So George C. Scott is the actor that plays Patton.
Yes.
Also won Best Actor.
Yes.
Hot tip for this role. So he thought it was going to detract away from his performance. Anyway, they convinced him and they showed it. But yeah, there you go.
Is it time to blow my wad on the next fact?
Okay.
Because you want it.
I think I want. I think you're going to say the one I really want to say.
Okay.
About the Best Actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go
fine.
on. Go on. Say it.
So I might as well get to this now. I usually say it towards the end, but fuck it. So the movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards.
Yes.
How many do you think it won?
8.
7.
Ooh.
Yeah, that included Best Picture, Director, Actor, Story, Screenplay, Art Direction, went ham. And a couple others.
I got distracted. I just noticed something.
What?
I don't mean to derail you. Did you notice the back of this can says 13th edition?
Yeah.
Have they made 13 Millennium Falcon beers?
Well, they must have.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like the Rocky Ridge one, the Rock Juice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So yeah, won a bunch of awards, but so he won Best Actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say he was very good in this movie. I don't really know the actor, but he nailed it.
Yes.
Anyway, he refused to accept the award.
Yes.
It's quite famous for not accepting it. And why? Because he criticised the voting process and called the Academy Awards a big meat parade.
Stuck it to the man.
Yeah, he was like pretty much in character even when he was trying to accept the reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much something that Patton would say. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think it's foreboding considering like all the controversy surrounding the selection process these days when it comes to Best Picture and Best Actor.
Yeah. It doesn't exactly seem to add up.
No, you got to have the right amount of brown, the right amount of white, right amount of this, right amount of that.
Yeah. If you can add 3 and 3 and get 20, then you'll win Best Picture.
I've got to actually find the new rules around it, but like I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure now to even get nominated for Best Picture, you have to have a certain amount of representation, a certain amount of this, a certain amount of that, to even be nominated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. That's why you've seen the controversy around the new Christopher Nolan movie, The Odyssey.
No.
You know the story of The Odyssey?
No.
Do you know Christopher Nolan?
Christopher Nolan. I've heard the name.
Okay. All right. Talk us through the movie, Barrett.
You don't want to know. Go on. You can't just leave the listeners hanging like that.
Okay, so for anyone else that's actually turned the TV on in their life, the Odyssey is a famous Greek mythology story about like the war in Troy, and then Odysseus, it's like the story of his journey back home.
Okay.
And basically gets lost in the waters, and it's all the stories about the sirens and, you know, big cyclopses and all that. Yeah. That's a famous story called the Odyssey.
Krakens.
I don't think the Kraken was in it. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert in this area, but anyway. So the movie's copping a lot of flack. It's coming out in like a few weeks, I'm pretty sure. It's copped a lot of flack because they've race swapped a lot of characters, basically.
Okay.
Like Helen of Troy, for example. Helen of Troy's the famous Helen of Troy. She was clearly a white girl. She's black in the new Odyssey movie. Things like that. So there's a bit of that in there. But I'm pretty sure also you have to have a bit of that in a story that would, if it was historically accurate, it would be really just a bunch of, semi-white people. You wouldn't get selected for any Academy Awards because you don't have the right representation numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to get the facts around that, but there's some bullshit around it.
So we're going to have to change the name of our podcast in the future?
Well, we're not going to get nominated because we don't have the right.
Nah. When we
DEI.
when we get to like episode 100,
Yeah.
we could change it to the mediocre by the best. Because it's no longer the best movies. Because the selection field's too small. And we will be the best movie reviewers by the time we've reviewed 100 movies.
So here's what I will say. They're very open. They're happy to nominate most movies, except for these new rules, which I want to dig into. That's going to be my homework. But that's why I really want to start this spin-off podcast of movies that didn't win but should have.
Yeah.
Because it was less relevant up until now, but now we're going to get into a whole bunch of years where movies didn't win and should have. Because there is some of this, bullshit voting stuff and, there's politics around it. And I'm sorry, but there's some movies that we see upcoming that have won, like Chicago and some other nonsense where you're like, was the year that slow? Was there really nothing better?
Yeah.
You
got some points.
Just saying.
When are you going to fit this in between this podcast, and Three Large Conspiracy Men?
Yeah, it's a pretty full catalogue. That's why I really need to stop working.
All right. That's 23 minutes and we haven't gone through any of the
You've
movie.
got like 10 minutes to
Let me
rattle
go.
up the whole movie. Go.
Okay. Opening scenes. Okay, so we had obviously him making a speech on stage. We then see a desolate war scene, the scavengers taking stuff, and they're talking about the losses. Okay? They're in North Africa.
Morocco.
So Morocco, North Africa.
Morocco's in North Africa.
Yep. All right. So essentially, they're talking about how badly they've done, and then Patton gets sent in to clean everything up.
Yep.
And it's some pretty funny scenes when he first arrived because, the place is a shit show. And he just dives straight into it. Like all of the captains or whatever they are, they're swanning into breakfast whenever they want. And, the barracks is a mess and all of this stuff. And he just starts laying down the law, like instantly cuts all of the captains off from breakfast and tells them to clean up the barracks. And
Yeah, you pick up very quickly he's a hard ass.
yeah, goes into the hospital, and anyone that's not actually hurt, evicted from the hospital.
Well, it was worse than that too. So he made it clear that he had received reports that a few people had self-harmed.
Yes.
And they were to be discharged, even if they were not well.
Yeah, and anyone that was suffering from, I don't know what they call it, effects of war or
Psychosocial harm.
psychosocial hazards.
Well, harm, because they're already hurt.
There was a hazard.
There was a hazard. War is definitely a psychosocial hazard.
Anyways, they get booted from hospital as well. Yep. And then we cut to a scene, and he's standing somewhere in North Africa talking about a war that happened 2,000 years ago, and he's explaining that he was a part of it.
Yeah, and we had to take a few seconds to process that. Long story short, he's a little bit cuckoo, and he believes in reincarnation, and he is convinced that he has been, throughout history, in a multitude of significant wars.
Yeah, he is put on this earth to be a general in war.
Yeah, and he's been a general in multiple wars through history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cut to some scenes, and, he's there answering to his bosses. They're telling him, well, everyone's sort of working together. It's as Aleks said, the Brits are there, he's there, and all of these people are saying, we've got this under control. He's saying, you don't have it under control. Right as they're saying, we've got it under control, they get bombed by Nazi bombers. Yeah. And we find out that the bombing has come from a guy named Rommel, who's a very famous commander, I guess,
Yeah.
is a general. Probably a general.
Yeah, there's likely not really too many characters you have to remember in this movie. There's Patton.
Yeah.
And then there's Rommel, who's one of the German commanders. He's pretty prominent. And then there's Montgomery, who's the British commander.
Yeah.
There's some other characters, really, but honestly, those are the main ones we're going to mention.
Yeah. They managed to decode a message that Rommel is going to do a panzer attack on a certain place near them. I don't know exactly where it is.
Yep.
This podcast is not going to be war accurate. I don't even think the movie is war accurate.
I don't think anything I've said so far is accurate, Barrett. I think everything I've said is a lie.
But anyways, there's a pretty funny scene.
We've got to fact check a lot of this.
He knows that Rommel's coming to attack him, and he reads Rommel's book. I don't know if you noticed this bit when he wakes up in bed. Rommel's book's on his bedstand.
He says he reads it.
And then he goes out there and absolutely makes mincemeat of them. Right? Just destroys the Germans. And then right as they're retreating off into the hills, he goes, I read your book, Rommel. I know your plays. All right? And we find out not only is he cuckoo bananas crazy thinking that he's been in all these wars, he is absolutely crazy in the way he will advance and push his soldiers.
Yeah, he's super offensive. He's all about leading the charge, going in. He's not big on defense. He's not big on strategy. It's all just about assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does mention at some point, I think it's previous to this, that like his platoon will never dig in.
Yeah.
They will always be moving forward. They will not stop. There is no holding.
It's assault only.
It's assault only is the way he runs.
Yeah. It's also probably important to mention that he's been appointed by Eisenhower or Ike, and he's referenced a lot in the movie. So Ike's like lead commander, lead general for the American Army, and he's in Europe, where obviously the main action is.
Yeah.
But he's the one that appointed Patton to that African front, and he is managing him basically.
Yeah. So anyways, once they finish mopping up Africa, they move on to with a plan to move up into Italy and take Sicily.
Yep.
And he puts forward a plan of how he wants to take Sicily. It's turned down. This is the British's turn to sort of, the British are going to lead the force and he's going to follow up the rear. And I think that's sort of to help. Twofolds is give the Brits some confidence in what's going on and probably give the Americans a bit of a break from, it's a good strategy to have a force advancing and a force arrears, essentially. But what does Patton do with that idea?
He's not fond of it.
He's not fond of it.
He's very much about taking the glory.
Yes.
And so he basically sweeps up the left side of Montgomery and goes into the city.
Yeah. So if you can imagine like, I don't know, like a triangle island, I guess. Is that the right way? I guess it's like a triangle.
It doesn't matter.
Montgomery's going up the right-hand side of the triangle. Patton goes a left around him, around some mountains. And then where are they trying to get to?
What was the place called? So they were in Greece at this point, right? Italy. Sorry, no, Italy.
Yeah.
And we've jumped ahead. So basically, look, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens in Africa. They fight Rommel a lot, blah, blah, blah. We're starting to pick up that it's a bit loose, of a loose cannon. Then they move into Italy.
Yes.
Right? Into Sicily to begin with.
Sicily, yeah.
And they're trying to take one of the big cities there. Can't remember what it was, but towards the north of that area.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about, where they work together, but it kind of goes rogue and takes that city.
Yeah. And when he takes it, he gets told by radio that he wasn't supposed to take it. And his response is, what am I supposed to do? Give it back.
Yeah.
I did want to point out a little fact here. The want me to give it back sentence actually happened in Germany.
I think it was Palermo.
Palermo. He pushed forward into a small...
No, it was Messina. Sorry to interrupt you.
Messina, yeah. He pushed forward into a small...
I think he takes Palermo first. Sorry. So as he's coming up the left, he was supposed to not take Palermo as he's trying to defend Montgomery, but he takes Palermo, and then Messina is the main one, and he takes that first.
Yeah. So in Germany, that actually happened. He was not supposed to take a small town called Trier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's German.
Oh, Trier.
Yeah. Perfect. Nailed it. Right. He wasn't supposed to take it, but he did. And then he radioed back, would you want me to give it back? Pretty funny. Anyways, so yeah, bit of a loose cannon.
Okay, but very important thing we should make note of.
Yes.
When he's taking Palermo and advancing onto Messina, there's a scene where in the little hospital, little makeshift hospital they've got there,
Yes.
he walks in, there's a bunch of soldiers that are wounded from battle, and there's one soldier there who's not injured, but is having a mental breakdown from
Psychosocial hazards.
fighting a freaking war.
Yeah.
He starts crying, and we, previous to this, heard Patton say, like, you know, doesn't obviously, we just talked about it, doesn't take too kindly to people that aren't properly injured. If you're hurt from a bullet, you're fine. If you're here for any other reason, he's not fond of that.
An enemy bullet.
Of course. So he loses his mind at this guy and actually starts slapping him around for
Yeah.
being a little bitch, basically, in his eyes.
Yes. And sends him to the front line.
Yeah, sends him straight back. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
It would not go well in modern mining. Let's say that. Patton, I'm saying. Anyway. So, and you can tell, like, it's not liked by the fellow soldiers that are hurt
No.
and the staff. That gets back to Ike. Ike not happy.
Yeah.
Or should I say Brendan Fraser. So it's just, you know,
That's
timing's...
a really obscure reference for
I'll
anyone to-
explain it. So strange timing, but it just so happened that before we watched this movie, purely coincidental, both Barrett and I independently watched a movie called Pressure, which is a new movie starring Brendan Fraser, and he plays Eisenhower or Ike.
Terribly.
To you, terribly.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, as our listeners will know by now, Barrett knows nothing about movies, about acting ability.
I've seen more acting come out of a Weet-Bix.
I've seen more knowledge of movies come out of a wet paper towel. Actually, out of a minty wrapper.
Why is this attack on me? It's my personal opinion.
You're going to get an opinion if it's not educated.
No. I don't know who the other two actors are, and you'll probably get mad at me. But the two guys doing the weather forecasting.
You're not going to believe this because it's just strange. But you know the two other guys?
Yeah.
You know the cocky one?
Yeah.
His last name is Messina.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's Chris Messina.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other guy's name, but weird.
All right. Those two weather guys, their acting is like amazing.
They were good.
They
That
make
Messina guy's always good.
Brendan look like an idiot.
No, you're crazy. Check it out. Chris Messina.
Wild.
Yeah.
Your brain never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah. It's only good for those sorts of things. It isn't good for anything else. Yeah. But anyway.
Anyways, so he's slapped the soldier around a little bit.
So Ike gets really angry, writes him a letter, and then he has to apologise
Yes.
to just essentially everyone, which he does very, very poorly.
He does a terrible apology.
Yeah.
And then to follow up on his apology, he's relieved of his command
He is.
of the 7th Army.
And he is sent to Russia.
I do have a random fact to drop in here, not related.
Yeah.
But a good time to stop. And this makes sense, but nearly half the budget for the film was spent renting soldiers and equipment from the Spanish army.
Yeah, well, they got to be good for something. Certainly weren't good for war.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So he's been relieved. We head back to London.
Yep.
And he is given a new assignment, and he's going to be a decoy for D-Day.
However, in fairness to him, though, he has a new second in command. William, i.e. Willie the dog.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I thought I missed something.
Yeah, so he rocks up. He's just acquired this dog that he wanted to call William at first because he's like a battle hound. It's one of those...
Like a French bulldog? No, it's not. That's the little ones.
You know, those the
Rottweiler.
dogs like the stretched, like weird face.
I know. Is it a Rottweiler?
Man, he would know this. God damn
I
it.
think it's a Rottweiler.
No. Rottweilers are the big buffy ones. Hang on.
One with the pointy. Is it a bulldog? No, the one with the point. I know what you're trying to say.
Breed of Patton's dog. God, I love AI. It's an English bull terrier.
Oh, bull terrier.
English bull terrier. Yeah. Yeah. Patton purchased the pure white dog whose full name was William the Conqueror.
Yeah, he calls him William the Conqueror as he gets out of his car.
And the two became inseparable companions throughout World War II. And that was true in the movie. He was there. And they look exactly the same.
Oh, that's cool. It's
Yeah.
probably the same dog.
Share stories about his legendary dog tags and jingle bell collar. Oh, look at the photo. Oh, look at him.
Now I'm going to have to find that photo and put it on the podcast.
You have to. Look at him. Oh, good old Willie.
Anyways, so he calls him William to start with, William the Conqueror, and then he's immediately barked off by a chihuahua or some other small...
Yeah, so he becomes Willie the Conqueror, no longer William. It's hard to hate a man that loves dogs that much, though.
Yeah, so he's going to be a decoy.
However, hot tip, the troops fucking hated this guy.
Yes, yeah. So he's going to be a decoy for D-Day.
Yeah.
And he's not really happy about that. He's also told he's on probation. So while he's decoying, he's supposed to be building this fake army and he's going to invade somewhere, and that's going to distract the Germans while D-Day in Normandy happens.
Yes. Because as much as, he's crazy and a bit of a fuck up, he is renowned, especially to the Germans, because he does get results, albeit not in the best way, but he gets results. So they know him.
Yeah.
And so they think that he's going to play a bigger part than he actually is, which is why the decoy works.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like a god. No,
I wouldn't say God.
No, that's the wrong term. The Germans see him as a god
No.
commander.
I think they have respect for him as a commander, yes.
Yeah.
They have respect and some level of fear towards him.
Yes.
And so they take him very seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has to give some speeches to women who are, I guess, supporting the war effort from home.
Yeah.
There was lots to be done back in England.
Yeah, making bullets.
Yeah, making tanks, making planes. There was a whole group of women that flew the Spitfires from the factory
100%.
to the front line. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was doing their bit. Everyone was working. There were kids working in those factories.
Yeah.
You name it. They worked their butts off.
Anyways, so he thanks everyone in his little speech and forgets to thank the Russians because they're now fighting with
No, they're not fighting with.
the Allies.
No. Oh, they're allies, yes.
Yeah.
They're not fighting against the Russians.
No. They're fighting with the Allies against Germany.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So he forgets to thank the Russians.
Yeah.
Blames God for everything going wrong. And the speech doesn't go well. So he's relieved again.
Yeah, he's not the guy that should be doing speeches. Yeah, apparently he was really well known for swearing a lot during his speeches and just going rogue.
Yeah.
That's what got him in most of his trouble, because then these journalists would just document what he was saying, and he was not very politically correct. Turns out afterwards we find out he really hates the Russians.
Yes.
And he really is just kind of a rogue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he compares the Republican Party to Nazis. He's just rogue.
Yeah. So we cut to some scenes. He's on a plane flying into Europe
With Willie.
And we find out he's reading a newspaper and it's at least 10 days post D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how far, but he's going on about, why did this guy get to command? He's really upset that he was not in charge. He arrives in France, and he's, I don't know how, but given the Third Army to command again. He's given another chance.
I think he's given a different army, just the Third Army, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was. So long story short, Ike's unsure about him, but it gives him the chance.
Yeah.
Another command, like a general, is the guy that was with him in Africa for a period of time, actually
Yeah.
reporting to Patton. Now it's kind of reversed.
Switched, yeah.
But Patton knows he's got to play ball here. He's not going to be leading any army.
Correct.
So he toes the line, says what he has to say. Bless you. And,
Wow. You want me to cut that out?
Nah, keep it in. Authentic experience. And they lead this kind of backup attack to wipe out a bunch of Nazis and push them back.
Yeah. So he's back to his old tricks, essentially.
I think he's doing mostly well. Like, he's getting along with that general. Like, he's pushing, and he's probably pushing harder than we're supposed to. But he's doing well. He's getting results. He's wiping out Germans. And he seems to be mostly getting along with that general and doing what he should be doing.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got.
The Germans have like this tally board of how many people he's killed, how many people he's injured.
Yeah.
And it's all in German, and there's like a scene where it freezes and it sort of puts the English words below.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool effect. They had, because it was on an angle. So they had the subtitles going under the German words, but at an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Superimposed.
Yeah.
Word art.
Man, you remember Word Art?
Yeah,
That was a time.
it was a time.
Yeah.
All right, so he's doing well. He's pushing forward. They're pushing the Germans back, but he has to have his supplies taken off him.
Yes.
And essentially they run out of fuel.
Yep.
There's another, big battle ahead of him, and he can't do anything about it. And he starts going on this weird rant about God putting him in this moment of time where he has the ability to be the greatest general ever to exist, and he can take Berlin if he just had fuel.
Yeah.
He's like, the timing is, this will happen never again for another 1,000 years. The whole world's at war. Why am I not allowed fuel?
Talks about Napoleon a fair bit, and he's just crazy. Anyway, so they had that big battle. A lot of American troops died. Anyway, they meet up. He's still pissed off, but all the Allied generals meet up to talk about a bunch of troops that are stuck in Bastogne. Mm-hmm. They're trapped and kind of encircled. And so, naturally, Patton puts his hand up to go and save the day, but says he'll get there within 48 hours, which is like a crazy prospect from the other general's perspective, because it means they're going to have to march the whole time just to get there, and then they'll fight straight away. There'll be no rest.
Yes.
But they do it.
They do it, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that in Band of Brothers, they are in Bastogne. They're the ones that he saves.
Is he?
Because there's like a scene in Band of Brothers.
I remember. I watched
the whole episode where they're in like foxholes in the forest.
I remember.
And then an army comes in to save them. Putting two and two together.
Yeah, but have you fact checked this?
No. Would I fact check anything?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to Google. Did Patton save
Easy Company?
The Band of Brothers Boyos? It worked. There we go. Yes. George S. Patton's Third Army famously broke through the German lines in late December 44 to relieve the besieged city of Bastogne, Belgium, where Easy Company and the rest of 101st Airborne were trapped during the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
Patton pivoted his army 90 degrees in the middle of a brutal winter offensive to reach the trapped paratroopers. However, there is a famous historical debate surrounding this. While Patton's arrival significantly reinforced the position, the men of the 101st Airborne did not view it as a rescue. They maintained they were holding their positions as trained and would have stood their ground regardless. Classic Easy Company. There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, they win. Now, before he turns his whole force around and makes them march and do that horrible thing, he says a sentence. If we are not victorious, nobody will come back alive.
Yeah.
He is ready to kill his entire regiment.
Yeah, but one of his sort of side commanders said that, hey, FYI, the troops and everyone around you don't know when you're acting and when you're not.
Yeah.
Because it's very like playing a part, right?
Yeah.
He's very boisterous and, thinks he's bloody Caesar. So I think people close to him and him knows that he's being hyperbolic. Like, he's not actually going to shoot troops who are retreating, but he's trying to instill fear into them, right?
Yeah.
But because it's a little bit loopy, no one really knows when he's just being hyperbolic and when he's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, they get there to save the boyos.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's a scene with where they're partying with some of the Russian boyos. He really doesn't like the Russians.
He does
insults
not
them
like
to their face big time.
Correct.
Receives an insult in return, and they kind of liked that, and so they were at peace for a little bit. But then talks to some journalists after and another commander, and makes it very clear he wants to kind of, while the opportunity's ripe, invade Russia and take out the Russians because he sees them as the next threat.
Yeah, he does say the sentence, we've been fighting the wrong people all this time.
Yeah, he's a nutcase.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they told him so much that he's a nutcase and not to attack the Germans. Because if you listen closely, what Patton was proposing was, give me 10 days, and he said this exactly, like, give me 10 days, and I'll make it look like they started the war. Yeah. Bit of a false flag. Hasn't happened before, has it, Barrett? We haven't seen some false flag boyos, have we? I'll save that for another podcast.
We need the tinfoil hats for that one.
Don't need any tinfoil hats. Reality.
I might need one. Right.
On that podcast, can we all just wear tinfoil hats?
100%.
Perfect.
When are you recording the first episode?
But can each episode we shape the alfoil into like different shapes?
Yeah, I'll make yours a penis for the first episode.
Perfect.
All right. And ultimately, because of his running his big mouth about the Russians, the Third Army's taken off him again.
Yeah, he's totally taken out of the war. He wanted to get into the Pacific to fight the Japs. They weren't having it. He was cooked choke. So he's a bit down on himself, and then he's talking to one of the other generals, and they want to take him to dinner to cheer him up. And this cart almost crushes him by accident.
Yeah.
Which is foreboding, because what actually happened to him, which they didn't touch on in the film, was weird. I was waiting for like the little caption after the final scene to say how he actually died, because he died not that long after via a vehicle crash, basically. A really like low par, nothing significant. Just there's a bit of a car accident in Germany somewhere where someone was taking him to go pheasant hunting to cheer him up as well. He was in like some sort of limousine or something, and another car hit him, and he just hit the pillar in a bad way. And I think he had like a fracture in his spine around his neck and also the head wound. And he died like 10 days later in hospital.
Do you think of anyone else that died coincidentally in a car accident?
We
In a tunnel in London?
Oh, yeah. By accident.
Anyways, moving right along.
That'd be a good episode, actually.
Take the hats off.
Anyway.
You really want that episode, don't you now?
All right. I have to put that on the list.
Princess
Diana.
I have a fact for you.
Yeah.
I think you're going to love this fact, and I guarantee you didn't find this.
Okay.
Actor. What was his name?
Hugh Jackman.
No, that played Patton.
George C. Scott.
George C. Scott.
Or S. Scott? Something
S. Scott, right.
No, George C. Scott. Yeah.
There was a major delay in filming one day. Okay. Because George S. whatever his name was, George, got into a ping pong game.
Yeah.
With the world champion of ping pong at the time.
Okay.
Okay. And in full military uniform.
Was it Marty Supreme?
Potentially. So he's in full military uniform, ready to go film, makeup and everything. But he refused to leave the ping pong table until he at least won like whatever you call the rounds. What's a round? Like a set.
Game or something.
Or game, yeah.
Wow.
How funny is that? And you love, like, I'm just thinking about you and our boy Faz.
I love that. That's exactly what I would do.
Just, you're supposed to be doing something, but instead you're in a fierce game of ping pong.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the end of the movie.
Well, we've got a few things to rate. I think we should start with the main actor.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Now, what do we
Yeah.
got to rate them out of?
Apparently out of 7. We've made a few mistakes here, but
Yeah.
Josh reminded us we agreed to rate them out of 7 because all of our ratings just make no sense, basically. So I think, okay, let's start rating them out of 7.
So it's hotness,
Yeah.
main actor, out of 10.
In this movie, there was really
No.
only one main actor. So
Out
we'll
of
go with
7.
it. Out of 7. It's beers out of 10. Main actor slash actresses out of 10. And beers out of 5.
Yeah.
No, beers out of 10.
I don't know.
Movies out of 5.
He's just a...
Actors out of 7.
He's just a generic old white guy.
What do you give him?
Like a 3.
I'm going to give him a 2.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about.
Nah, it's not a looker.
Right. Do not make me make Instagram pictures of the hotness of all of the actors. I can barely keep up with the scores for
What
the
do you mean
movies.
you're not even working? You got 130 hours of Forza Horizon. I think you got some time, mate, to make some pictures.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I was nap trapped for all of those 130 hours.
Not trapped. Okay. Beer. Actually, beer's last. Movie.
Ooh, what are we doing that? That one's out of 5.
That was out of
Man,
5.
this scoring system's getting confusing. Ooh. Oh, 2.5. 2.5. It's right in the middle for me. It wasn't like amazing, but I enjoyed it.
Now, mine's a 2.52. I almost fell asleep the first night we tried watching it.
Oh yeah, this movie's 3 hours long, so we watched 2
Yep.
and 1.
Yeah, so I think the final hour kind of redeemed a little for me.
Yes.
I thought the first 2 hours were a slog. The acting, like the main guy, he was really good. I'll give him that. Don't really know the actor, but he was very good in his role. It was an hour too long. Maybe half an hour too long. It's too long. It was way too long. The start was real slow and it's too long.
Yeah.
It was too long. You cannot have a 3-hour movie like that.
Yeah.
Back then, maybe, but if you're going to have a 3-hour movie, for me, it's got to be Lord of the Rings level. Like, you have to really go all out.
Godfather is more than... Well, number 2 is more than 3 hours.
Even, like, Saving Private Ryan is in 3 hours, right? If I think of, like, war epics and movies, like, you don't have to be 3 hours long to tell, like, a biographical story.
Yeah. And it's not even accurate.
Exactly. So... You could have trimmed half an hour and it would have been a tighter story and it would have been maybe a 3-star for me. But overall, the movie was just okay. I think it got so much notoriety because I think he's an infamous figure, especially for Americans too. And so I think there's like a large portion that revere him. And so it was never not going to probably win some stuff. It feels like one of those things.
Yeah.
That it won because of the
name.
Yeah, the content, the story, rather than the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It just...
Titanic.
What?
Titanic.
What's wrong with Titanic?
How could it not win Best Picture based on the name, the story?
Very easily. Titanic won because it was an excellent movie, not because some ship sank in the ocean.
I reckon that's a portion of it.
No. It's really not.
I'm entitled to my opinion, Alex.
What are you talking about?
Don't bring psychosocial hazards to our podcast.
Hang on, you're comparing World War II...
Okay, well now when you put it like that, it makes me look like a
moron. A little boatie boy that sank.
Yeah.
Especially with the time difference between when that boatie boy sank. Like, the movie won because it was an epic. Sometimes.
You don't respect my opinion.
I respect it when it's right.
You know my...
But no, I agree with you on the rating of the movie. I agree with you pretty much on the rating of the boyo. What about the beer?
9.5. It is delicious.
That's a high score, Barrett.
I
That's
know.
the same score we gave that double O cream.
Yeah. It's delicious.
I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Oof. It's up there.
It almost got a 9.
It is... It's delicious.
I'm not sure, like... Because in the next question, people will be like, oh, well, if we go for 8.5, you said you really liked it, well, what's it missing? What would have given it a fucking 10? I'm not sure. I think...
You can just have an opinion and not have to back it up.
Yeah, I disagree.
You know what? I'm really proud of you, boy. You'll die on your hill.
I will die on the hill. But, I also will have to own it too, like I am now. And I think maybe it didn't have to be 9%. I know that's a weird, criticism, but it didn't have to be 9%. I think it would have been nice if I could have a few of these. I wouldn't have more than 1 or 2.
Oh,
in fact, I don't think you could have more than 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's a strong beer.
Yeah, I think it was quite tasty, but
I understand that criticism.
Right?
Yeah, it's a delicious, undrinkable beer.
Yeah, and also this is the other thing that will help me redeem myself. I've had other beers like this. I've had other beers as good as this, and that means it doesn't stand out enough for me to be 9 and above. Satisfied?
Yeah, you've undermined my whole score.
That's what I do. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I am so pumped for the next 6 movies.
I'm so pumped for the next movie.
Can we talk a little bit about... I feel like we made a lot of recent commitments about people we're getting on the pod, And these 6 movies, some of them mean a lot to me. So
Yeah.
we have to get this right. I'm not going to have no shenanigans with. We have to get this right.
Guests, do you want me to tell you my lay of the land?
Yes.
Okay. Josh, coming back for French Connection.
Yeah.
That's the next movie.
Yeah. We committed to that. I'm happy with that.
I think we do the Godfather movies on our own
Yes.
because you need to take that. You've seen those movies before, and you're going to take me through it.
Yes.
I'm excited for that because
Yes.
even like years ago, we've been doing this for like 2 years or something. We're really slow at doing this. But you said you were very excited to take me through some of these movies. So I think the
100%.
Godfathers we do alone. I think we lock Faz in for the Sting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally, we'll bring that boy on.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not getting away with it.
I want to do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest alone.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm going to try for a guest for Rocky.
Rocky's a guest-friendly movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a guest in mind. I think it's a long shot.
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
No. Oh, I do have a development for you. Maybe. You know who I'm going to shoot for Rocky? I've got to send them a message. I've spoken to them previously. Aussie man. Now, we've spoken to him previously, and
Yeah.
he said if he was going to do a movie, it would be Rocky.
I remember that.
I'm going to message him. He might not reply.
Let's do it.
Okay, but why not shoot our shot?
Let's shoot it.
Okay. I've got another news.
Yeah.
Okay. This is like a weird backstory I'm going to have to spend 30 seconds explaining. Brooke's auntie, deeply involved in Hollywood.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lived in,
I remember having that conversation.
what's his, oh man. Now
Something Epstein?
no, incorrect. Do
Oh,
not say.
sorry.
She lived in Clint Eastwood's house.
Oh, that's right.
One of his houses. She rented it off him. She works for Warner Brothers.
Yep.
And there's an archivist
Yeah.
for Warner Brothers that is listening currently to a few episodes,
Oh.
and he might be phoning in
Oh, wow.
to, I don't know, talk about movies. He really loves old movies.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We can find out what his oldest favorite movie is, and I can shit on him. Being wrong.
Wow.
No,
Anyways,
that's cool. I like that. Good
so
work,
what do you
boy.
reckon about that for a guest lineup?
Yeah, because we're not too many guests, but yeah, we did commit to Josh. I like that for the French Connection. That's fun. Faz, we've been waiting for 50 movies to get him on. I think he's going to be a shit guest anyway, so that's fine. Let's just get him out the way.
Yeah.
Um,
If we can't get Aussie Man for Rocky,
yeah.
who do we look at getting? Do we bring someone back?
We're going to have to think about that offline.
Yeah.
We need someone, I think, fun, related to Sylvester Stallone, if possible.
Do you know anyone called Sylvester Stallone? Like, we could do the Tom Jones thing again. But with a different
I'll look into it.
we'll just go on Facebook. We'll type in Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, man.
And we'll just start cold messaging people. You want to come on our podcast?
Perfect.
Do you know
All right.
how else I'd love to get?
Who?
And I just don't think he wants to come on our podcast because it's unscripted mess. Is Brendan's Odyssey.
Who's that?
He's a YouTuber that does like all the history of Perth. Fantastic YouTube channel.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, we have to find a guest for Rocky. I'm saying. All right. So French Connection, Sting, Rocky guests, and then Godfather Part 1, Part 2, and the one that flew over the cuckoo's nest alone.
Perfect. All right, boy. Pleasure as always. See you next time. Bum, ba, da, ba, da, ba, bum, ba.